Okay, we'd like to open Mahoning County Commissioners meeting number 39, Thursday, October 12th. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning.
Cheers.
Lots of stuff on the agenda today.
Stuff?
Yes.
No, that's all right.
All right, so let's figure out, we want to do this at the beginning, public response want to wait till we go to the grant?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll wait until we get to the voting portion of the agenda on the resolutions and speak, but we'd like to open it up for public comments. If anyone would like to speak, you have 3 minutes. We ask you to give us your name and address and address the board. Please, yeah.
Good morning, my name is Beth, B-E-T-H, Shutrum, S-H-U-T-R-U-M-P. I live in Boardman. Do you need my address?
Yes.
Okay, 5742 Mill Creek Boulevard, 44512, Boardman, Ohio, 44512. Okay. All right, good morning. After months of questioning the Boardman trustees about why they would not publicly express their opposition to the Mill Creek Park deer hunt and slaughter, on September 25th, 2023, during a Boardman trustees meeting, Mr. Tom Costello finally stated that the director, Aaron Young of Mill Creek Metro Parks, could be vindictive if they took a position against the deer hunt. According to Mr. Costello, Boardman Township has not had Mill Creek Metro Parks cooperation for many years, and now they do. Costello doesn't want to jeopardize that cooperation and jeopardize those people continuing to have flooding problems in Boardman. Mr. Costello, quote, "Those water pipes run into Mill Creek Park. He, Aaron Young, is not fixing them. We have been able to work through ABC Water District to get those pipes fixed so that the water will flow and not flood parts of Boardman. We have to work with him, Aaron Young, to get his permission to go into Mill Creek Park." End quote. This demonstrates that Aaron Young is abusing his power. He does not own Mill Creek Park. We, the taxpayers of Mahoning County, support Mill Creek Park. Many of us witnessed this in Boardman, the Boardman Township meeting. Many of us witnessed this testimony live. That was what I prepared to say today. Do you have any comments about that before I say something else?
No, this is just an opportunity for you to speak your piece.
Okay.
It's not an interactive.
Okay.
It's not.
The second, which I didn't formally write, was, I don't know if you all are aware, but overnight, Aaron Young or whoever decided, the park decided to begin the killing and the slaughter in north of 224 in the Mill Creek Park area between 224 and I believe Midlothian. The sharpshooting using guns, whether they were sharpshooting using guns, we're not sure about. I called the Boardman police at 4:30 this morning because I heard heavy trucks going up and down. I live on Mill Creek Boulevard. I heard heavy trucks passing up and down Mill Creek Boulevard, which never happens at that hour, assuming that something was going on. Then I saw text I had friends that were texting saying that on Pinewood, which is the street right parallel to the hike bike, is that the 3 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. That there was sharpshooting was started because a resident went out and confronted a hunter that she saw on Pinewood and asked what was going on. And he said, I don't know exactly what he answered, but the indication was that they were beginning their sharpshooting and hunting in that area. They had closed off access to Pinewood, which is a public road. They had closed off access to Pinewood for the residents on Pinewood, and they had closed off the access to Mill Creek Park hike bike trail during that time. And they also heard gunshots. They heard gunshots, which I thought sharpshooters were supposed to have silenced their guns. I was not sure. That's why I was not sure whether it was the sharpshooting or just regular shooting, guns, rifles. I don't know if you were aware of this, but that's what happened and that's what they did, which again, further demonstrates the abuse of power of Aaron Young, his dictatorship of Mill Creek Park, and of his board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have public response?
Scary as shit. You're coming home from work.
My name is Carol Moralia. I live in Boardman, 231 Mill Creek Drive. I'm kind of following up what Beth had said. Aaron Young is blocking and interfering with possible solutions to this ABC water districts to alleviate the flooding. Homes have been flooded repeatedly in Boardman. Little has been done. Tore down Market Street School, whatever, but nothing else doesn't seem to be done. Costing homeowners, taxpayers, thousands of state and federal monies is being used in this. People had to surrender their homes from this and find out that Aaron Young is somehow interfering with this? Could they have been avoided or less damaging if he was a little more cooperative with other public officials? I feel this behavior is unacceptable. He's playing with people's lives. Behavior compromises the integrity of an appointed official. He threatens our ability to trust public officials with this behavior. To me, this smells like extortion, abuse of power, quid pro quo, and if nothing else, malfeasance, which is misconduct by a public official. I wanted to bring this to the public's attention, the manner in which Aaron Young governs Mahoning, Mill Creek Park and interacts with the community leaders. Is this the type of leadership you want for the Mahoning Valley? Vindictiveness? Leaders feeling intimidated and fear of retaliation? Aaron Young behavior needs to be addressed by Judge Russo. Mahoning Mill Creek Park Board should also be held accountable because they rubber stamp everything Aaron Young does. We were at a meeting with Mr. Ditzler and he explained how boards work and said basically the boards go along with what the director says. I wonder if other public officials in Mahoning County are under this stress from him. Something needs to be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Carol. Anyone else?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Flack, F-L-A-K. I live at 2247 Michael Drive in Youngstown, 44511. And I also belong to the group of which the two ladies just spoke, which is the Save the Deer group. And I just had a few other things that I wanted to add to which was what had already been said. First thing I wanted to note was that there's a recent Vindicator article, I think it was 2 days ago, Tuesday, it might have been yesterday, but anyways, it talked about the amount of deer that were harvested from the park. And I think that was around 30. Now, our group, and I think a lot of the other members of the public, had wondered, well, how many deer are actually in the park? You know, there's this big question about the survey that was on Mill Creek Park's website, right? You know, we had, the survey was saying, oh yeah, we've got this infrared, you know, it's indicating that we have 387 deer per square foot, per square mile in the park. You know, and many of us said, wow, you know, we walk in the park all the time. This just doesn't seem right, you know? So the amount of deer that they're harvesting in the park now, I think, is really important. And I'm just wondering how we can go about accessing that correct number. Who needs to report to who? And I'm going to be investigating a little bit, but it is just a big point of contention with us. The other point I also wanted to bring out with Mill Creek Park is that I'd like to know how much it's costing the taxpayers to go through this hunt. You know, I'm sure there's a big price tag on it for us. The ones that don't agree with this hunt certainly have more of an investment than anything else, but it is an important point.
Because we live there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Anyone else like to speak? Yeah, Ken. Melissa?
Can we speak on the resolution or
Sure.
at the time?
Yeah, absolutely. You can.
Resolution.
Go.
You know what?
Melissa?
You want me to wait?
Well, let's wait till we get to it on the
Yeah.
agenda and then we'll
Thank you.
do it collectively. Sorry. Anyone else like to speak in public response? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 38 from Thursday, October 5th, 2023, and approval of bills for payment. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Journal entries on the agenda list number 566, that one has been removed. For the journal entries, do I have a motion for journal entries?
Motion to approve journal entry number 1, which includes deletion of journal entry number 566.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. All right. Move on to agreements. EMA. Robin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm struggling. I'm on a different computer this morning. Good morning, commissioners.
Morning, Robin. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm coming along. Thank you. This is a cloud-based voice over IP phone system. This is primarily an update of technology for the mobile command post to be used in emergency situations. It combines actually with the phone that was actually purchased previous to this.
Thank you, Robin. Engineers, correct.
Morning, Commissioners. It's an agreement with Commercial Truck and Trailer for repairs to our vehicle number 534 in the estimated amount of $3,913.96. That's not general.
Thank you, Rick. Jobs and family.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Tom.
This is a one-year contract with Compass Family to provide guardianship services to our county's older population who have no one else to look after their needs. The contract would also provide ongoing protective services for older adults who are at risk of exploitation, neglect, or abuse. The contract is for $100,000 and it is non-general fund.
Thank you, Tom. OMB grants.
I'll take care of it. Commissioners, this is agreement with Youngstown Neighborhood Development Court for pre-development affordable housing activities in the amount of $15,000. It's non-general.
Okay, thank you. Sanitary. Erica.
Good morning, Commissioners. Letter E is an agreement with utility contracting for sewer repairs on Norquest Boulevard in the amount of $6,413, non-general funds. Letter F, sanitary agreement with Jack Doheny Company, Inc. for repairs to a sewer jet truck in the estimated amount of $16,559.75, also non-general funds. Letter G, sanitary agreement with Rudzik Excavating, Inc. for emergency sewer repairs at Idlewild Avenue and Grandview Road in the estimated amount of $21,444.33, non-general funds.
Okay, thank you, Eric. All right, a motion to approve agreements.
Motion to approve agreements, letters A through G.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions, number one, additions.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Okay, Commissioners, OMB, Audrey, want to do Tyler?
Item number A is approval of one voucher per Ohio Revised Code 5705.41 Tyler Technologies, Inc. for $36,903.78. It's data. And then item B is a resolution declaring the 15th day of October as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day in Mahoning County.
Lawrence.
Lauren, would you like to give us a little background and introduce
And Ryan
Yep,
T-Tech.
take up.
Ryan? If I would have known Ryan was involved, we would have definitely not done
Got the Steelers
No.
pictures, remember that?
He's trying to blackmail me. He has a picture of me with the rotten Steelers shirt on. He's trying to blackmail me with it.
Well, luckily Breen's known Ryan for a very long time, so we have a little bit of dirt on him for you.
I like that.
So thank you for having us today. To shed some light on this issue, Ohio ranks 5th in the country for infant mortality. That's just the unfortunate reality. And the even more unfortunate is that that number doesn't necessarily reflect an increase or a decrease in the problem. In fact, the needle has barely moved on this issue over the last decade. It disproportionately affects African Americans and it disproportionately affects Mahoning County. Furthermore, the fetal mortality rate in Ohio is around 6.3%. Also, unsignificantly changed over the last decade. And again, Mahoning County has some of the highest numbers in the state around this. Stillbirth is one of the most common adverse pregnancy outcomes, complicating 1 in every 160 deliveries in America. The lack of change in these statistics tells me that we're not putting forth an actual concerted effort to change the course, and that too many Ohio mothers, fathers, and families have the loss of a child woven into the story of their lives. At the state level, we're trying to invest in programs that support mothers from a variety of different angles. House Bill 7 is also known as the Strong Foundations Act, is a prime example currently awaiting a floor vote. But we still need more. So much of the work we do as elected officials, though, is driven by our constituents and their lived experiences. So I'm grateful for one of our own residents, Kate Jack, who I brought here today with me, who shared her story with me in an effort to shed light on the issue of pregnancy and infant loss. While Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day has been recognized by the state since 2013, it's important that our local governments also acknowledge and understand what is going on in their community. Together, I think we can create an infrastructure of care and support that our families need during this very vulnerable time. So I want to thank you guys, the county commissioners, for putting the spotlight on pregnancy and infant loss with this resolution. And I want to thank the health commissioner for helping us really shed some light on what's actually happening in Mahoning County with the various statistics. Ms. Jack would like to say a few words about her experience and why this is important to her.
Good morning. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you allowing me to come say a few words. I'm going to try to get through this the best I can, so bear with me. When a child is born, it's a mother's instinct to protect the baby. When a child dies, it's the mother's instinct to protect their memory. My name is Kate Jack, and it's my honor to stand here today representing the 1 in 4 women and their families who are touched by pregnancy and infant loss. In June of 2021, our daughter Rory Michelle was stillborn at 33 weeks and 3 days. 2 days before we heard the gut-wrenching words, "I don't have a heartbeat," she was bouncing around on the ultrasound screen, giving us a run for her money as she did many times before. We laughed with the ultrasound tech at her antics. Like I said, she was always putting on a show. We had to come home and break the news to Rory's big sister, Madison. She was looking so forward to being a big sister. I'll never forget her face when we had to tell her the heartbreaking news. and her saying to us, "This isn't what I wanted to happen." I held on to her for what felt like hours in the driveway in the rain before we left to go to the hospital for me to deliver Rory. In the hours that followed, I did something I never thought I could do. With the most incredible team, I delivered Rory into a calm and loving environment. The nurses worked so beautifully together. It sounds strange to incorporate beauty in such a dark and sad situation, but her birth was truly beautiful. Then the clock started. We knew we only had a short time to talk to her, sing to her, study all of her features, and soak her in. We had to make decisions in the best interest of Rory. I could have said just 5 more minutes, probably a million times. As we had prepared for her to go to the funeral home with their staff, the nurses cried with me, they hugged me, and one even asked me how she could help her sister, who was at that time carrying a child who was incompatible with life and soon would be delivering her daughter stillborn, just as I delivered Rory. She said that the strength that my husband and I showed during our time in the hospital left an impression on her. I told her I didn't know how I was doing it, but somehow I was. And some days it feels exactly like that. I don't know how I'm doing it, but here I am. I left the hospital with a box of keepsakes and a pamphlet about grief in my lap instead of my baby. We planned a funeral. We picked out a beautiful white gown and a tiny urn to bring her home in. We were shown so much love and compassion in our time of need, and we do think of that often. Now we find any way to honor her until we can be reunited with her again. 1 in 4 women are touched by pregnancy and infant loss in their life. While preparing my thoughts to be here today, I thought of 10 people that I know personally who have been affected by pregnancy and infant loss, and some of them have suffered multiple losses. 10 to 15% of known pregnancies end in miscarriage. According to the CDC, 24,000 babies a year are born sleeping. Because this has always been a taboo subject, many women feel they cannot share their experiences and their story. I'm here to say that needs to change. It's hard, it's not easy, but in sharing their story, it validates that their child was real, not just a memory to be tucked away. Every year, Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day is celebrated on October 15th. So this Sunday, I invite you to join myself and the other families who honor their babies on this day to light a candle at 7 p.m., creating a wave of light in their honor. Although they are not with us, their light remains. These children, these babies, they had purpose, they were wanted, and they are so loved. There are so many worthy causes that could deserve recognition today, so I thank you so much for your time and allowing me to be here. My admiration and appreciation also go to Lauren McNally for making this happen. It's my hope that by sharing my story, it creates a safe environment for other people to come forward and start sharing their story and shedding the light on pregnancy and infant loss awareness. Thank you.
God bless you.
Bless you, Kate.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow up with that. First, I'd like to thank Representative Lauren McNally and the county commissioners for recognizing October 15th as National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Day. As you have heard, Mahoning County on average experienced a sad loss of 21 infants each year since 2007. October 15th is indeed a day that we need to remember for those who have lost a life to infant mortality and the pain felt by the families. For me to be the same process. We need to assure that we provide the support to mothers, fathers, and family members for those who have experienced a loss every day, for those who need support. I also need to mention that Mahoning County Public Health chairs a review committee named FEMR, which stands for Fetal Infant Mortality Review. What FEMR does, it's a multi-agency, community-based program that identifies local infant mortality issues through the review of cases of infant deaths. And we develop recommendations and initiatives to reduce infant mortality. It is to note that every child deserves to be healthy and to reach their first birthday. Some of the leading causes for infant mortality include birth defects, preterm and low birth weight, sudden infant death syndrome, injuries such as suffocation, and maternal pregnancy complications, many of which can be prevented through managing health conditions, and adopting healthy behaviors before becoming pregnant, when you are pregnant, and after pregnancy. I encourage our families to talk with their healthcare providers and to achieve receiving care early on. Please take advantage of the local programs such as WIC, where eligible parents will receive supplemental food and nutritional education for children up to the age of 5. We have a program named Pathways Hub and another one named OEI, which will help families identify their needs for resources such as transportation to and from doctor's appointments, or options to receive a pack and play so a child has a safe place to sleep. As a father of 2 boys and an amazing wife who has gone through the joy and stressors of first losing a child, I can't stress enough the importance and the factor that we play as fathers as a partner for our lives and children. Once again, I want to thank you.
Well, God bless you. It's just, the sad thing is we don't even have a birthing hospital within the city of Youngstown to help people where the infant mortality rate is the highest in the state. We may rank 5th overall, but we know that the city, and the African-American population has a lot higher infant mortality rate. And it's sad that, our hospitals close and our focus is on so many things at the state level that are meaningless compared to the issues that you bring up today and that you've dealt with in your life, and God bless you, Kate. It's, I know every family has a story of a child or a friend, and, a close friend of ours had a beautiful little girl that died of SIDS, and, there's absolutely nothing more senseless than seeing a little baby in a coffin. It's just, if it can be prevented. And, God bless you for, crusading and making it a cause that we all should be sharing in, especially in government, to make sure that things happen, that we do what we can to prevent, it from happening further. I know, I look at the numbers are staggering in Ohio. Children's Services tell us that we're last out of 50 states on how we take care of our children even after they're born. So, when you step back and you think Louisiana, Arkansas, West Virginia, they all do a better job than the state of Ohio does on protecting our children after they're born. And believe me, I've been in all those states. It's hard to believe, and it's something we all need to do. And Lauren, thank you for, assisting with Kate and bringing it to people's attention, because I'm sure that, it's not there's not as much focus brought on it as there is. And I know, Ryan, thank you. You have one of your nurses in the health department was, having meetings that we'd attended to, about hospitals and the infant mortality, and, trying to put a focus on, young adults that are pregnant and making sure that they don't become, have children, the same. So
I think awareness of which you've brought to the county as well as the city of these issues have not just started. These have been going back for the last 50 years. Everybody wants to hide things, whether it's the issue of infant mortality, birth, mental illness, all of this. They hide it. It's not a good thing to talk, but we need to be the champions of this. The 3 of us have committed to do that, as well as you in Columbus. And we just need to start bombarding these people in the state of Ohio that have put blinders on, and all they're worried about is themselves. They don't care about their communities. I really don't think so. I've been around a long time and I've seen a lot of stuff. They do not care about what the heck affects you and me, only what affects them personally. That's not why we're here. And I applaud you for that, Lauren. And get your team together, Because these are things that the people of our valley, along with all of Ohio, need to see. We need to be the fighters on the front lines. And vocal communications and all of this is the only way we're gonna see it come out. To hide in the back room and have a meeting isn't doing it. You gotta be out front with the people, because the people agree with this. They agree with what needs to be done. And they're gonna applaud this as well. With the sadness that you both have felt, this is your husband,
God bless.
good things will come out of this.
I couldn't have done it without him. He has been my pillar. He has helped us stay strong as a family. So I am very, very fortunate to have a partner like him to help support me.
But you support each other because there's a bond.
Absolutely.
And that bond is gonna carry over to the people so that they could see what young people really need in their lives. You are the champions of this project, this issue. No one should have to do this. No one should have to go through this. If we protect our people, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kate, your courage and compassion is amazing. And I couldn't even imagine going through a situation like that at all. And Lauren, thank you for bringing this to the attention. We're better than this. I mean, there's all kinds of need for improvement on this issue. And there are many programs that could be funded and can be expanded to help particularly support families that experience this. And the statistics are terrible. They really are. As Dave alluded to with these other states, we end up being last. Mahoning County's in the front. We need improvement. But I want to thank you and your husband for coming here. And you're very brave to talk about this. And I just want to say my prayers and thoughts are with you. And thank you, and Ryan, you as well, for your compassion and understanding on these issues that plague our community. And hopefully things will get better.
Thanks.
Carol.
Thank you. Makes everything seem so much meaningless on the rest, you know? I apologize. I mean, it's,
Why go on?
you know, I just want to go give you a hug, you know?
All right.
Okay, Commissioner Zone, be on C.
This is a resolution authorizing the transfer from the general fund to the community improvement corporation in an amount of $250,000. This is funding that will help support the YBI and some renovation projects that they have. The commissioners have agreed to do that.
Absolutely. EMA 911. Okay, let's go to.
Good morning again, Commissioners. This is pretty self-explanatory. Item D is a consolidation with Beaver Township moving to Austin Town's PSAP. Likewise with some dispatching for Fire and EMS for Columbiana County to Canfield's Dispatch Center.
All right, thank you, Robin. Good. And F, OMB grants resolution in support of application of Ohio Avery on Aging. Okay, Audrey, we
Commissioners, this is a grant, it's funded through the state, through their ARPA funding. Basically, it has a very quick timeline. It is for individuals over 60,000, but not on Medicaid. So it's trying to catch those individuals that fall within the gap of receiving funding and everything. At this point in time, commissioners, we're getting the application in. It just came in on Thursday, thanks to Jewish Community Center and Direction Home for both letting us know that these fundings were coming and keeping us on top of everything. Anna worked to get the application and everything done. Joe helped her on the budget side, and basically it's just a broad budget with allocations in the buckets that they had. And we will be meeting back with you guys as far as developing a plan and everything, but basically we need to get this in so we didn't lose the money. So that's pretty much what's happening with this application is it is finalizing that. It's due tomorrow. And Anna will be,
I'm kidding.
it's due tomorrow.
Jesus, she get it yesterday and it's due tomorrow.
The letter came out October 3rd. We heard it through the grapevine. It didn't come to us, but we were able to pull it down. Even JFS had gotten notification for the directors conference, let them know the money was coming through. So once we dived into the emails and things that came, we were able to get what we needed to do to do the application.
We'll let Joe and Ken and Melissa speak. Joe, if you wanna?
You want me up there?
Yeah, please. Only if Cassandra's with you. Cassandra.
Good morning, everyone. Commissioners, pleasure to be here this morning. As Audrey said, the application actually was
Joe, tell
released-
everybody who you are in case they don't know you.
Okay, I can do that. I'm Joe Rossi. I'm the CEO of Direction Home of Eastern Ohio. We're the area agency on aging for the eastern part of the state. We handle four eastern counties. We are the federal planning agency for programs for older adults. And we run the Aging and Disability Resource Center, and we oversee the levy for Mahoning County. These funds came in through the Ohio Department of Aging. They received $40 million, and it was allocated on a population base plus a population formula. And Mahoning County will receive a little over $807,000, of which we as the county are required to put 20% into food assistance, 20% into housing assistance, and 10% into internet access and digital literacy, which it comes out to about $161,000 for each of the two 20% categories and then 80%. The remaining $400,000 could need to be done in conjunction with the state plan on aging, and it has a number of items, healthy aging programs and stuff like that could be done. When Audrey and Anna gave me a call and said, hey, these dollars came in, can you give us a little hand? I pulled my staff together and had conversations with some of the providers, with Ken and folks in the community, and said, okay, these dollars are coming. How can we best serve the needs of the folks? In talking to our staff, we received, since we're the run of basically a phone center of people requesting services, we had provided some ideas, funding ideas for the future. One is to fund the restaurant-based program. The restaurant-based program has 1,800 people in the county that want to be on the program, and we only have 700, enough money for 750. So this would be an excellent way of getting that list down. Emergency assistance, we get a lot of phone calls with folks who need food immediately. And that's a program I know you funded during the pandemic. It would be a continuation of those funding. And the farmers market program, which is loved by all the seniors in the county, is always another one. Housing, modular ramps that are movable. A lot of times people have a difficulty getting in and out of their homes who are wheelchair bound. This is a way to help them. Bed bugs. Right now, we can only provide bed bug service to people who are Medicaid eligible. So if they're on a waiver, it's fundable. We don't have federal resources to it. That would be a great opportunity to go into an individual's home, get the bed bugs cleaned up. That's a good move. Moving expenses, things like that. Because sometimes seniors are going to want to move out of their homes into an apartment or something. In fact, they have a hard time getting someone to move them. So contracts like that. Those are all things that can be funded out to other providers to do in the future, however you guys wish to do it. Home repair, that's always an easy out. There's tons of people who need grab bars and things like that. And then legal assistance, a lot of folks get evicted. How do we get them the legal help so that they can stay in their home and get things done? And then, of course, heavy chore services for hoarders. which is a huge problem within
Very
within the country and within the area.
Definitely.
Internet digital access, that 10,000,
10%.
staff recommended at our place, technology training and setting up of devices for folks, which are ideal. Technology assistance in setting up the Amazon devices that are out there to help reduce social isolation, which is done by the Jewish Federation. I think they do a great job with that. That's a wonderful opportunity there. And just purchasing internet access for folks right now would be good. Other ideas that the staff came up with for us is transportation outside of the county, going to the Cleveland Clinic, to hospitals outside of the area where they need to see a specialist or something like that. We have very little money to do that federally, trying to get dollars for that. Community conditions in the age-friendly communities, getting benches and stuff like that to help seniors, where cities can ask us, or ask the county for those dollars to handle that. And of course, and this is one I think we're gonna have to ask the state about, and I can do it for you if you want me to, is about purchasing vehicles. I know a number of vehicle folks, number of folks need vehicles. It's just figuring out, I don't know, is that a capital expense, which you're not allowed to do with these money, or it's not a capital expense, and so we need to get that definition from ODA to determine that.
I think a van.
Yeah, a van would be perfect.
To transport our residents that are over 62.
Oh, yeah, no, we agree 100%. And we get, on average, 3-4 requests a year for assistance. And we generally, recommend them to go to the Department of Transportation. They have vans available, money for purchasing vans, and we provide the local match. So up to like $10,000. No van, no vehicle costs $10,000, as we all know. You're looking more on the lines of, for a van, probably around 40. Okay, so how we can do this is, if we're able to utilize some of these dollars for that, I think that would be a great way for the county to utilize those dollars. I mean, we're excited that you're gonna get the application in. My biggest fear was they gave you 10 working days to get it done, or calendar days, not even working days. And this way, Mahoning County will be able to draw down those dollars.
That's because they want the money
we can
back.
we can figure out how to spend it in the future. I think that's the key.
And those are, all great ideals and everything, and a lot of this will be reviewed with the commissioners and they will come up with a plan and how we move forward. The commissioners have a senior advisory committee also that they have appointed people at also. So there's multiple ways, but one of the concerns that we have right now is the first deadline before they start taking money back from you is March 31st, which is scary, which means a lot of things have to be in place and everything.
And all the funding must be.
Very good.
It must, 50% has to be obligated by March 31st.
Then obligated by July, and then got to be spent and out by the end of September. This is a quick turnaround.
Yes.
So, and my recommendation to the county is to fund projects that are one-time projects, because we don't have the resources. They say that may come. We know what comes, nothing, Lauren, against that. We know what comes out of Columbus sometimes is one thing and what actually happens is another. How we can get those dollars out to the folks, and then, come up with plans for continuation of how those fundings are going to be done in the future, so we can continue the program as it goes on.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Cassandra.
Yes.
Anything to add?
No, I run the call center for the agency. That's my department that I run. And I go out into the community and I talk to folks about all the different service needs. So when we were putting together the list of things that we were going to suggest to you, these are things that we hear constantly. And they are things that really are something that can be done if we had the funding to do them. Small little things that really make a big impact on the lives of seniors. So our hope is that, we can look to our provider network and have them potentially bid on these services so that they can provide them and we can fund them, so that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How's your grandmother doing?
she's good. She's at home. She's walking.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. I'm Melissa Bateman. I'm from the Youngstown Area Jewish Federation. I'm the Director of Community Engagement. A lot of what Joe said is is very accurate. I'm shaking my head when he's saying a lot of those numbers to you. It is a deadline of October 13th at 11:59 that the application must be submitted. You can reach out to us, I'm sure, if you need any help or anything like that. Just to step back a little bit, so the pilot program, some people know us for our mobile meals, the JCC's mobile meals, but we do many other things for our seniors in the area. So about a year ago or over 2 years ago, the Jewish community statewide urged for the creation of pilot programs, of tech pilot programs. And 5 were awarded. They were all awarded to Jewish communities. And one of those was to the Youngstown Area Jewish Federation, JFCS. And Ken can speak about that pilot program. But I will tell you it was widely successful, and that when ODA came and visited us, they said, this is the program. It is an example for the rest of the state what they should be doing. And they also said that it is working so now well that we now want to make it easier for counties to utilize these dollars. So we thank you for doing this application. I will let Ken speak about how great the tech program is.
Thanks, Melissa. Hi, Commissioners. My name is Ken Blake. I'm the Executive Director of Jewish Family and Community Services. We do a lot of different programs, like Melissa said, including Aging Well programs on top of our mobile meal program, which we're really well known for in Mahoning and Trumbull County. So for this tech pilot program that we got last year, we got $92,000 from the Department of Aging. We were able to hire a full-time YSU student who's a PhD student as well to help our full-time senior outreach coordinator. We serviced 70 participants between Trumbull and Mahoning County. We gave them each an Echo Show 10, which is a Alexa with a video screen that we could drop in and do calls with them. And the purpose of that was to decrease social isolation, increase mental health, decrease depression. And it was, like Melissa said, very successful. We went into the homes, we set them up. We also worked with the Youngstown Library. If they didn't have internet, we got free internet access for them. So we have this program up and running currently still. We got a $10,000 extension, which we were very happy from Direction Home to continue the program for the next 3 months. We are hopeful that we can use the funds to continue this program for the next year. It was really, really successful. We have a long wait list of people that are already wanting to jump onto the program from last year. So we are up and running as opposed to other agencies that would have to get the startup going. We have the staffing, we have social workers on staff and counselors as well. So when there's issues related to the participants, if they're having depression, anxiety, or other issues that we notice when they come to our groups or come talk to our Aging Well programs, we can go out to their homes and talk to them as counselors. And it's definitely a need in our community in Trumbull and Mahoning. I've met with lots of these folks and they really benefit from this program. In addition to this program, I just want to share briefly that we have other Aging Well programs, all free to the community for 60 and older. We have a weekly grief group at the JCC, which includes one of our social workers who's experienced working with grief. We have Tech Tuesdays with our senior outreach worker every other week. We have about 15 to 20 people that are coming. It's, again, free. They learn how to use tablets, how to use the television to share with their phone, all kinds of different things. We also have a caregiver cafe, which is a support group for adults who are taking care of their older parents who are medically fragile. Something the area does not have in our community, but we do have that at the JCC, all free of charge. And last, we have the Lunch Bunch, which is once a month. We have a free lunch. We have about 70 participants who come from Mahoning and Trumbull, 60 and older also, and we offer them free lunch. We bring a topic, our speaker in for a topic that's relevant to seniors in our community. And that's been going on for the last 2 years, and it's really successful as well. Again, all free programs to the community. Very happy to share that information. One last thing I want to share as an option for this funding as well, which I spoke to Joe about recently, is the need for kinship care support groups for grandparents who are taking care of their children or grandchildren due to the opioid epidemic and drug use. So we do have the resources at my facility at Jewish Family and Community Services. We service all people in the community, as I said. We have about five counselors on staff that are master degree counselors. I would love to be a part of that if the commissioners thought that was appropriate for this funding. We do hear from these groups that the people that come to our groups, there is such a need for grandparents to have support taking care of their grandchildren. It's an unfortunate thing, but we see it more and more, and it's a topic that comes up a lot at the JCC when they come together as a group. So I just wanted to share that as well.
Ken, can I ask a question? You said you help Mahoning and Trumbull. Could you separate that to let us know how many are in Mahoning?
Yes.
Because this grant is basically, this is all Mahoning.
Right.
Trumbull has their own 779,000.
which we're aware. For the tech pilot program, we split it evenly, 35-35. And we plan on doing that. If we get funding from Mahoning, it would just go to Mahoning residents. We do keep a tab too. We do a sign-in sheet for all the people that attend our programs with an address, so we know what county they're coming from, so we can have data.
You could give us data on
Yes.
that.
Yes, we can.
I gotta say, you have an excellent food program.
Thank you.
You guys really bailed everyone out in the county during COVID,
Right.
you know, when there was such a need. And we just got nothing but raves about the meals that were provided
I brought Audrey
through the
one.
Jewish Community Center. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we're here to serve the community.
You know, it's
part of our mission.
amazing all the great work you do that really goes unnoticed. But it doesn't go unnoticed by the people you help.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we, OMB grants, we finished,
We gotta do G.
It's a resolution
Yeah.
approving the application from Compass Family and Community Service to receive funds from the marriage license fees, divorce and dissolution fees in the estimated amount of $45,000, and that is an annual allocation of the license fees.
now there's a fee that's needed, huh? All right, sanitary.
Letter H is a resolution of necessity to purchase parts and equipment for the motor control center panels at the Meander wastewater treatment plant from Wesco Distribution under the Sourcewell purchasing contract in the amount of $469,260. Letter I is a resolution authorizing the disposal of scrap with values less than $2,500 per Ohio Revised Code Section 307.12B1. And letter J is a resolution approving the appointments of 1 sewer jet worker and 3 treatment plant aides for the department.
Okay, Erica, thank you. Motion to approve resolutions.
We talked about those people.
Yeah, that was the ones that they brought to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motion to approve resolutions A through J.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Okay. All right, well, we thank everybody. Any comments left from the board? Anything to say?
No, I just want to thank everybody. We had a big agenda today, and, you know, this is good. I wish the entire Mahoning County public could see, you know, where these monies are going. People say, well, you're spending this much money, you're spending that much money. Where's this money going? You know, everybody asks that question. Well, come here, hear these wonderful agencies, what they do, where their money goes. And it goes to populations that sometimes we do not know exist, or they want to know that they exist. And we need to have these programs to help these people. And all of you do a wonderful, wonderful job in helping this community. Everybody here today that stood up here and spoke, I wish every resident in this county could see it, because this money does not go to waste. This money goes to where it's needed. And thank for all of you for letting us know what programs you have and what the need is, because not all of us can be on the ground floor knowing everything that's happening in the community. So we thank everybody who spoke here today. And Kate, again, thank you for coming. Lauren, for everything that you're doing and all the hard work, and we appreciate it.
Well, I echo that from my partners, Anthony and David. I do thank everybody for coming. I appreciate this. Lauren, thank you. Don't stop. Keep the voice moving. You have to. The only way that this gets to the floor is if we become so vocal, they can't stand listening to us anymore. Because that's the only way we're gonna get Columbus. I'm not gonna say what's on the tip of my tongue, but to get off their you know what and help the people, all the people in the state. And I want to thank Joe Rossi and the Jewish Community Center for being here and giving us a little insight on the senior money that's coming. I love when we get a lot of money from the state, and hopefully it'll continue. And I want to thank Bonnie and her crew at the Jewish Community Center for all the work you do. And I do know that firsthand because being a North Sider, I used to belong to, well, I still do, to the athletic part, of which I haven't been there. But you have a good program, and I think we're everybody working together. This is gonna be perfect for the seniors. So I'm excited to spend their money and maybe get more, right?
Right.
Harder for more for a lot of different things. So have a nice weekend, be safe, and thank you again. God bless you.
And I would add to that and really, like Anthony really hit it on the nail on the head. It's, you know, we have our meetings online. You know, you can watch our meetings where we have Megan that's working with us very diligently as our new public relations and information director. So we are doing a lot of different things, new things, so you could hear a lot of the positive things going on in the county and what's going and what's available. You know, there's a lot of causes, there's a lot of needs, but there's also a lot of solutions. And there's things happening that never get focused. This $40 million, it's almost humorous, the $40 million the state is all of a sudden allocating and giving away and has, you know, a 3-day window of opportunity. Well, they all voted not to take it prior to you, you know, because it's ARPA money. And now they're generously giving it away to the counties with a short window of opportunity to utilize it so they can snatch it back and use it for the state. You know, just like they've taken, we're down about $20 million a year from state budget counts, just in Mahoning County's budget. And between our general fund and our justice fund, collectively, they're about 80 million. So over 20% that's removed annually, you know, on an ongoing basis of monies we've lost. You know, so a lot of good things could happen to the monies if they were left in the revenue stream to help people, to help where the needs are, not go where the knee-jerk reactions are at the state level. And Lauren, God bless you, because you bring us the facts, the truth, and what's happening. And unfortunately, you're not the majority. We wish you were, you know, and we wish your voice was heard better. So anyway, we thank you and we appreciate the great work you do on behalf of us. And, you know, Kate, what's your husband's first name? I forgot, I'm sorry. Tom. Okay, Tom, God bless you. You know, and Ryan, I know he had to leave, but you know, he just had a baby a few months ago, his second son, and he's a good young man, and this really crushes him when things happen in this. And he's been an advocate, you know, for the cause for a long time. And you know, there's good people working collectively, but you know, like everything else, they need state funding to push it over the level to do something better, do something different. And, you know, Ken, Melissa, thank you so much for being here. Joe, Cassandra, you know, just so many good people like Anthony and Carol alluded to that are out here working on a cause, and all the ladies that are here on behalf of the Deers, we're there with you. You know, and you know, we agree, and we think something needs to be done. And, you know, unfortunately, there's not an easy solution and not a solution that helps everyone, you know. So, but you keep working to find that happy medium, because as I like to tell all my friends, that we have 10% too far to the right, 10% too far to the left, and the 80% of us that sit in the middle are not represented, you know. So hopefully the three of us can try and put a damper on that and the people that work on our behalf. So I thank you all for being here. Our next meeting is Thursday, October 19th, right here in the same hearing room, 10 a.m., not 9. So thank you for being here. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Where are we supposed to go?
Airport.